Hi, my name is Sam Johnson and I'm a voice teacher. Today I will be reacting to and analyzing Rosalía performing Me Quedo Contigo. Fun.
Si me das a elegir entre tú y la riqueza, con esa grandeza que lleva consigo hay amor.
So far she's singing everything in a really breathy kind of coordination, but she's not getting stuck in head voice or chest voice. She is getting stuck in breathy coordination, which isn't actually getting stuck because it's intentional. And that's the key. If you can say anything's intentional, it's good. We just don't want to get stuck places, but she's not doing that. So it sounds very consistent because she's not getting stuck places. If she was getting stuck in head when she went down to those lower notes, it would sound like Mickey Mouse. It doesn't sound like Mickey Mouse, therefore she is not getting stuck in head. What that means is that the feeling inside her body is just freely moving around because she's not trying to put it in any one place. She's instead had her focus on maintaining one tone throughout. So thinking about tone consistency and just volume consistency is a good way of kind of evening out the voice when you're working to even out the voice. In terms of the performance, she just sounds like really cool and good, and I want to see what happens next. Those nails are also very scary. So that's the first time that we've heard anything deviate from that kind of breathy tone. So she went up to that higher note. Her chords kind of came together a little bit more, resisting the airflow. She didn't think about that happening because that's a silly thing to think about when you're performing. She thought about getting a little bit louder and clearer, and it happened. If you hear the tone that you want in your head before you do it, it's going to happen if you know how to make that tone. Sometimes when we're working on just technique, we have to think about little things like that, and sometimes just having the knowledge of what's going on can allow our brains to relax around it so that it can just trust, oh yeah, this is what's going to actually happen. But at the end of the road, you just got to think about what sound you want to make and then trust that your body is able to make it. If it's not able to make it, then you need to go figure out how to make that sound. But when you are someone as good as this, you got to get out of your head, and it sounds like she is. Nice round O. I like that little jaw movement she did. That's lovely. Both to make sure that we're not holding any tension there. I wonder if it was conscious or if it just kind of happened as the vowel was shifting a little bit throughout. It was a really consistent sound, and man, this is gorgeous so far. But yeah, just seeing little signs like that shows, oh, the jaw's probably not very locked out. I love it. Good dynamic control.
Si me das a elegir entre tú y ese cielo, donde libre es el vuelo para ir a otro nido, hay amor.
She is so connected to this right now. I don't speak Spanish, and you don't need to speak the language that you are listening to understand when people are as beautiful with their faces and with their voices as she is, where you can just exist and feel these emotions, and it cuts to a deeper place than just language can.
Si me das a elegir entre tú
I also love that, like, this arrangement, just singing with this choir is so cool. And the choir sounds great. They're very well balanced. It's a nice tone. Just the whole sound of this choir is awesome. Sometimes in her voice, she'll use vowels that are more choral vowels, where she does more of that round o kind of place. That said, I mean, that's just like a good Latin o, open o sound, and she's very good at that. It's in like Italian and Spanish, and it's just a great vowel, but it's a little bit more like, you don't hear many Americans saying oh. We always have that little oh kind of thing at the bottom, unless you've been trained in choral, and that's why I was saying that. But that said, like, the choir has those same vowels, and so whenever she goes into that place, it just tonally sounds like we're part of this right now. And then she goes back into some of these like beltier, kind of whinier vowels, more soloist vowels, pop soloist vowels, and suddenly it's just different and great and awesome. I don't know how to say it, but I love it.
Me quedo contigo, me enamoró, te quiero, solo deseo estar a tu lado.
Okay, an obligatory open your eyes, but, like, do you need to open your eyes? Because it's working, and if you're telling the story and the story works best when your eyes are closed, then that's fine. Just, like, you don't do it, but she can get away with it.
Soñar con tus ojos, besarte los labios,
Love the dynamic control.
sentirme en tu brazo, que soy muy feliz.
See, she follows it by just, like, opening her eyes and staring you down with, like, a very hard to break eye contact. If her eyes were closed the whole time through, then it would be a different story. But for me, it's like, I trust the journey that she's trying to take me on, and I will go on that journey. Really scary fingernails,
Sentirme en
like
tu
Billie Eilish.
brazo, que soy muy feliz.
She's dope. That last phrase, just her vibrato, it's stylistically appropriate, and so it's totally fine. And her voice is obviously well balanced, so it's fine. A lot of times vibrato is a sign of a balanced voice, where it's not something that we generally want to seek out and like force to happen. And if we tend to do those things, then the vibrato, it just wrecks everything, and the vibrato generally isn't even good. But there are varying, like, it's a range. It's not just one, okay, we need to have it go exactly a quarter tone up and a quarter tone down, and there needs to be this number of oscillations per second. However, that may be a good way of diagnosing some underlying vocal problems. It's not the be-all, end-all of it. So it's a lot up to just the individual to be like, yeah, that feels normal, that feels right. And to me, it seems like it feels normal and it feels right, but it is a little bit faster than sometimes I expect. That said, when I heard it at the end, it was accompanied by that very breathy sound, which generally can lead to a kind of faster vibrato in my experience. Some of these wider, beltier vowels can sometimes lead to a faster vibrato in my experience. But it's like good and right for the style of music that she's doing. If she was singing with that fast of a vibrato and she was singing some Puccini or something, like, it wouldn't work, but she's not. So it works. Thank you for listening and watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Go check out the links in my description. There's a link to my Discord. There's a link to a podcast that I make. There's so many links. Go click all of the links. Thank you so much. I love you.